I'm Damien the DM from Adventures in Aurelia, a collaborative storytelling experience told through a game of Dungeons & Dragons, part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other epically geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
You want to know what really happened here tonight? Keep the cameras on me.
Stay with her. Don't lose her.
Claire.
Stay on her. Whoa, you need to stay back. Right here, guys.
Claire.
You getting this?
What is she doing?
Breaking my heart.
じゃあ帰ろうか。
ああ、やっとだな。あれ？彼女何してんの？
It's amazing, Peter.
What is?
When I saved her, I didn't have a thought for myself. I could have killed Doyle, but I didn't. It felt good. It felt right.
What the hell does she think she's doing? She's gonna change everything.
That's right. It's a brave new world.
And welcome to Smoking and Drinking in Space. This is a sci-fi podcast from a couple guys who think they know sci-fi. And this week we bid a much awaited adieu to the long-winded, often convoluted superhero series that starred plot recycling, mass confusion, and false promises. It's episodes 14 through 19 of season 4 of Heroes. But first, he's the carny who has a thing for blondes and keeps getting strung up by Siler. It's Rob. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing all right. Why can't you just leave me alone and let me play with my puppets?
Because you play too roughly with your puppets.
Look, I stop when it starts chafing.
That's gross. That's gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Got any news for us?
Oh, look. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I
2
promise.
weeks.
In
We'll
2
be
weeks,
doing news again.
Yep. 2 weeks we'll do news. Actually, in 1 week we'll do news because next week is Saturday. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So you better start looking up news. I know you haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, it hasn't been.
How was your moving experience?
It's still going on and it sucks balls. Moving sucks.
So are you in the new house right now or still over at the old house?
No, I'm in the new house.
Ooh, internet fancy at the new house. Huh?
Yeah.
So did you kill the internet at the old house before the new house had internet? Because I know we had to postpone this by a few days, recording wise.
No. We postponed not because of recording wise, but because I didn't have anything moved over to do recording yet, and I didn't have internet at the old house. So, and half the stuff was over here, and half the stuff was still over at the old house. So
nice.
Yeah. No, I had internet moved over pretty quick over here. So,
all right. What are you rocking?
the same internet I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, I moved like a mile away.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, look, in my area, moving across the street determined whether or not you had DSL or cable at one point in time. Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah. Those were the options when I first when I first got to this house. Was our street had DSL. You went across the street there on, at the stop sign.
Yeah.
And that was cable.
DSL. Jesus Christ.
Yes. And then they put cable over here, which was awesome because, oh, goody, I'm on something better than DSL speeds.
Yeah.
Luckily the kids were young. And so, online stuff was not a thing for them. They were happy with what is that? Math games or whatever, the flash type games.
So
online.
what speed of DSL were you running?
Oh,
I think
128,
DSL
baby.
maxed at what?
128.
128 megs?
No.
Yeah.
128K.
No. DSL, when DSL first started, it was 1.5 megs per second.
Yeah. So maybe 128? Maybe?
Yeah, I haven't had DSL in so long. I don't even remember what the speeds are.
I don't even think it was that good. I think I would have been happy with that. No. I was, it was 3.
3, okay.
There it is. Yep, 3 meg. Now that I'm thinking about it, 128 was
3 megabits per second. Can you imagine that?
No, I don't have to. I know what that's like. But then I got cable and life was great. And then, not to be outdone, AT&T said, "Screw you. We're putting in fiber." And I said, "Great, have that war. I'll take the fiber, please."
Oh yeah, that's right. You finally did get fiber because your cable was kind of flaky.
Oh, it was. Well, it was great for a while. And then I guess, and then the word got out, right?
Right. And then the nodes started getting overcrowded and
yeah. But, now it's fiber, but yeah. Now you know about my life.
Yeah. You got a pod crawl ready for me?
It's been up there for a while.
Oh, has it?
It has. I even put it in old man font.
Oh, yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, you ready for a pod crawl?
I am. Let's do it. Wait, are you going to put the intro in it this time?
I did last time too. I missed it one fucking episode. Piss off.
You'll never let it down.
Fuck you. All right, let's do this.
All right.
We can call it, I don't know, say a pod crawl? The pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Excellent! Insert it deep! Pod crawl! Kind of like a space suppository full of information.
All right, episode 13, Let It Bleed. In this episode, we witness Peter struggling to deal with the profound grief of losing Nathan. But wait, Claire, the self-proclaimed expert in consolation, swoops in to save the day. Meanwhile, Siler makes a grand comeback, not for a delightful carnival ride, but to murder Samuel. Plot twist, he finds something totally unexpected instead, and here comes Edgar, the track and field master, teaming up with good old Noah to take down Samuel. Well, at least this show has teamwork going for it.
Are you having problems?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, it's not even big words.
Episode 14, Close to You. Hiro and Ando embark on an adventurous trip to Florida. Why? To rescue Mohinder from a mental institution, of course, because nothing says fun like a mental institution breakout. Meanwhile, Noah, the hunter of extraordinary people, seeks help from Matt, the mind reader. Together, they aspire to tackle the menacing Samuel, and in a shocking revelation, Peter learns about potential future disaster involving Emma. It's always Emma, isn't it? Episode 15, Pass Fail. Our time-traveling hero, dives into a hallucinatory trip induced by a tumor. It's not every day you see a hero facing a trial in his own mind for the changing the past, while Siler takes a break from being an evil genius to confront Claire. Hey Claire, the girl who loves to be in the middle of everything. Samuel, the charismatic carnival leader, tries his best to woo Vanessa back. Spoiler alert, things don't go as planned. There's a bunch of sentence fragments in that fucking paragraph.
Well, I can't help that. I didn't write this.
Jesus. All right, episode 16. You missed one of that's tiny little font down there. You missed it.
Oh, dang it. I'll fix it. You keep reading.
I got it.
No, I got it.
Episode 16, The Art of Deception. In this exciting episode, Peter desperately wants to prevent his dream of Emma from coming true. Oh, Peter, maybe it's time to accept that. Fuck you. Maybe it's time to accept that dreams can be deceiving. Siler, on the other hand, seeks help from Matt to remove his powers. It's like asking the fox to guard the hen house. Meanwhile, Claire, the master negotiator, tries to strike a deal with Samuel, but I doubt she has any valuable carnival prizes. Lastly, Peter plays some psychological mind games with Siler. Well, let the battle of the minds begin. Episode 17, The Wall. Peter takes on the role of a hero trying to save Siler from his own nightmare because who doesn't love playing therapist to a serial killer? Samuel resorts to revealing dark secrets from Noah's past to entice Claire into joining his carnival family. Talk about awkward family drama, and lo and behold, Lauren, the brave agent, confronts Samuel at the carnival. Samuel, I hope you have your cotton candy ready for this showdown. Episode 18, Brave New World. In the grand finale, Samuel's ultimate... I'm having to scroll this like a goddamn Star Wars scroll.
Dun, dun, dun.
In the grand finale, Samuel's ultimate plan unfolds, and surprise, surprise, he's forcing Emma to use her abilities for some nefarious purpose. Looks like it's a helping hand. Or looks like a helping hand isn't always so helpful, huh? But never fear, our unlikely heroes swoop in to save the day. Noah seeks Claire's forgiveness because that's what a family reunion without some, or what's a family reunion without some emotional baggage. Hero finally accepts his past decisions while reuniting with his long-lost love. Can we get some tissues, please? And of course, Claire, ever the attention seeker, reveals the truth to the world because the world totally needed to know about superpowers right now. Good job, Claire. The end.
Or is it?
Or no, it is. I like how they put the to be continued on the end, but never had a 5th season, so it never continued.
What are you talking about? It was good. It was continued.
No,
we have season 5. It's called Heroes Reborn.
No, that's not season 5. That's a totally different series. And doesn't count.
Yeah. No. So I looked into it because I was kind of curious. I looked into it. So the excuse me, the last episode aired on February 8th, 2010.
Yeah.
On May 14th of 2010, NBC canceled the show. So they thought they were going to have a 5th season. And so they set it up for a 5th season.
That's a weird time to have a last episode, though.
It was only 18 episodes.
I know.
Time.
Well, 19 if you count the first episode as 2 episodes,
right.
But
and it
was a
in
2-hour
September.
Episode.
It started in September.
Well, yeah, but that's when the fall season normally starts on network TV is in September.
Did they? Let me look at the episode list here. September, October, November. They took. That's why they took December off, and then started right back up in January.
Well, that's normal.
Normally they wait until about the end of January or so. This one started January 4th, and it looks like they released 2 episodes on the same day. Episode 12 and 13 were released back to back.
Yeah, I think the writing was already on the wall. I don't think this was a surprise. I don't think the series getting canceled was a surprise to anybody.
I don't think it was a surprise while it was being shown. I think it was a surprise while they were filming it, because they were, they filmed this stuff in advance for the most part.
Yeah, but not that far in advance. I mean, we already talked about that.
Yeah, maybe not that far, but far enough, that before, the ratings come out, because the ratings were, not the ratings, but the viewers were relatively strong. They all were over 5 mil.
Yeah, but I don't think 5 mil back then was a very strong rating. Because you didn't have all the streaming services, or the streaming services hadn't gotten that popular. I can't remember. When did Netflix was already out.
Yeah.
But Netflix didn't really have series at that point.
Yeah.
They may have had a few, but they were old, like syndications.
Stuff. Yeah.
They didn't have any kind of Netflix originals or anything. It was mostly just movies. And there wasn't a ton of people streaming at that point either. Because this was 2010. The broadband just in a lot of places wouldn't handle it at that point.
So let's see. They had an average of 13.8 million viewers for the first season. Second season had a little bit, just slightly underneath that. And then season 3 dropped hard to 7.6.
Yeah.
And then they were at about 6.5 is what people are saying for season 4.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that these episodes were cheap to make.
No, well, no, not with the well, one, you had the effects, but then 2, you had the fact that it was a huge cast.
Yeah.
More or less, relatively speaking.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, the 6 that they got in their ratings isn't gonna cut it. Like, what else was around? What else was really popular? Lost came out around 2010, right?
Was that? I thought it came out a little bit before then because Lost was going on 2004 to 2010.
Okay, so check out what were the ratings on Lost, because Lost was a huge show.
Lost ratings. Okay, by season. Here we go. Ratings or viewers? Because I was doing viewers before.
Well, the ratings are the viewers.
Okay, let's see. The season finale or the series finale had 13.5 million.
Well, but I mean that's going to be inflated.
Yeah. Let's see here. So they have it broken down by episode. So season 1 had anywhere between 16 to, or I'm sorry, there's a 13 in there. They have a 13 to 20 million. Season 2, yes, they had an 11 in there, and then everything else was in the 18 to 21. Season 3, right around 10 to 12 on average. 4, 10 to 12. 5 was 9 to 10, and 6 was pretty steady at about 9 to 10 average.
Okay.
The series, this is kind of interesting. The series finale of Lost attracted 13.5 million viewers, but the final half hour of the show saw over 16 million viewers. Which I think is really weird.
Yeah. So it didn't have. So Lost dropped a little bit in its later seasons, which is to be expected of any series, typically. Although some series actually gain a viewing later on, but it didn't drop nearly as much as Heroes did. I mean, Heroes dropped by like half.
Yeah, they lost 50%.
And they're both network. They were both, in prime spots on their respective networks, because Lost was ABC, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and Heroes was NBC.
Yeah.
So but Heroes was done. There's no way they couldn't have figured that out.
Right. Well, and Dancing with the Stars was doing better than Heroes at this point.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and the Cleveland Show.
I mean, so I was looking up the ratings for Breaking Bad just to see what those were. Now, this is not network television. This is on AMC, so it's going to have a much, much smaller audience because not everybody has premium cable. But yeah, I mean, even the numbers here, season 1 had a average of 1.41 viewers, or between 1.41, around 1.5 million viewers. Season 2 was around 1.5. Season 3 was around 1.5. So it held consistent. And then it actually started gaining viewership in season 4, 5, and the last 5B, the last half of the 5th season, almost tripled.
Yeah. Well, it started getting popular then.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So people are, so this article I was reading basically said, after that first season, season 2 really they hit a brick wall just because of the strike that happened, right?
Sure.
And so that kind of killed their season.
But Breaking Bad hit the strike too.
Yeah. But isn't Breaking Bad and things like that? I'd say I don't know how it was back then, but didn't they film all of that ahead of time before they released?
I don't know. I don't know how a show like on cable like that works.
I know nowadays that's how it's working. I know like all the Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah. They shoot them and then they
shoot them ahead of time and then they do everything.
Right.
They might be showing like episode 1 and they're filming, maybe like the last 2 episodes of the season. They might do, I think I heard them doing something like that for the last season of Walking Dead. But, and things like Picard, Strange New Worlds, those, they filmed it all before they even released it. Now, there's a lot more VFX in that, but, still, they're filming it all ahead of time. So I don't know, with something like Breaking Bad, I don't know how much that the writer's strike contributes to it.
Well, it hit it pretty hard because the first season was the season that it got affected, and it only had 7 episodes.
Yeah. So it had it affects the number of episodes, but I'm wondering, it's hard to compare apples to apples, because a network show, they're only a month ahead or so.
If that, yeah.
If that, yeah. So that's, and the fact that, it was, season 2 was very abrupt anyway, because of how they ended up having to do it, which kind of gave a bad taste, and they just never really, they never really could recover. And it also makes me wonder, did they lose some of their writers that they had from season 1? Some of the big, maybe they had some good big idea people.
I want to say that I read some stuff that said that there was either a showrunner change or some head writer changes in there someplace. Because I think Tim Crean kind of
backed off
a little bit after the first or second season.
So season, does it tell me here? It doesn't. Maybe I got to back up a little bit here. Season 4. I'm looking to see if it does. No, it's not saying what the who the showrunner was for season 4. I'm just curious if it just has a bunch of written bys. Not very many. Tim did a few in season 4. He did a lot in season 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not, doesn't say who the showrunners are. Other than,
yeah, I don't remember exactly where I read that, but regardless, it's it's a shit show. So, I mean, it started off okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it started off good. It has moments, but they're very sporadic. It's not, it's not enough to keep the train rolling, so to speak, for that season.
Right.
Like this season, it had some moments, there was, so here's something that really kind of irritated me. So come to find out, I watched this whole thing. The first time around.
Did you really?
But apparently there wasn't much of it. Yeah. So I remember bits and pieces from this entire season. So that tells me that I watched the entire thing, but it had so little impact that I didn't remember. Which is not what you want on a show, right?
Right. And I remember that Claire had exposed everybody to the world by jumping off something really high.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I thought that happened in Heroes Reborn, at the beginning of Heroes Reborn in Odessa during that festival that they had at the very beginning.
I've never seen Reborn, so I couldn't tell you. But from what I understand, Claire's dead by the time Reborn happens.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
How did she die?
Childbirth.
What?
Exactly.
How does having a child kill her?
Childbirth. Childbirth.
But wouldn't she just heal after having the child?
Childbirth. In Heroes Reborn, she dies while giving birth to Melina and Tommy. She dies while giving birth.
I don't remember that.
Childbirth. Well, it happened off screen.
I don't remember her kids being in there, because that was only like 5 years later, wasn't it?
I don't know. What did they consider Heroes Reborn? Heroes Reborn. Well, technically 5 years later, filming wise, it came out in 2015, but did they consider it 2015 or did they push it further forward? You know, some people do that. Let's see.
That totally negates the entire fucking thing where she was supposedly super special and couldn't die ever, regardless.
Yeah. Okay, it takes place 1 year after a terrorist attack, but that doesn't tell you much. Tommy. So who's Tommy? Robbie K. I'm trying to get an idea of his age. Nope, doesn't say when he was born. Danica Yarosh. Okay, so Danica Yarosh was born in 1998, and this came out in 2015.
So she would have been like 20 something.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so they did a big jump then apparently, because no, she wouldn't have been 20 something. 2015, so she would have been
17.
17, but still. So she was an older person. You know, she was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at least a let's say that she's playing a younger kid, at least a 15-year-old.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're looking at maybe a 15-year jump, but still, she dies in childbirth. Was there an eclipse when she died?
Fuck, I don't know.
Is that what it was? An eclipse?
I don't know.
You know, apparently, no. Oh hell, the Haitian was standing next to her.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, she died. Yeah, and that I always thought that was like, what?
Yeah, that is so stupid.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, but what I really it had this season had some moments, and it was like, okay, that's interesting, but then it was also like, oh hey, let's just half-ass it and drop stuff, like like the whole what was her name? Sydney? I don't know. Valkyrie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she just disappeared. I mean, after she got captured by Noah and he let them go, she was just gone.
Gone.
I think they mentioned her once.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Didn't even come back to the family to help make Samuel stronger.
Yeah, she was just done.
Nope, done. Just too traumatic, right? And yet, apparently, like, Yeah, it was like, hey, I still want revenge, but I don't want revenge because, you captured me. You beat me. Good job. I mean,
And the whole back and forth between Samuel being this righteous good guy, bring the family together, and then, just going off the fucking rails. And
I always considered the good guy thing an act. Like the minute he killed Joseph and made the decision to grow the family so he could be more powerful, I think from then on I always considered him, he had bad guy motives, right?
sure.
Now maybe it didn't start off that way. Maybe it was like, hey, I can make us a home and that type of deal. But his ultimate goal was always to make himself more powerful and manipulate as many people as he possibly can to, work for him.
Are you sure? I mean, because there was some mixed messaging in the last half of this season, right? So sure, he wanted to make himself more powerful, but why? I think the reason that he wanted to make himself more powerful was so that he could help terraform that place for him and what's-her-face.
Okay.
And then when she refused to, live into his dream or buy into his dream and stay with him, that's when it seems that he snapped and decided that he was just going to tell the world about everybody and
yeah, but he was, yeah, maybe, but they didn't do a very good job of conveying that.
No, they didn't.
Because I was always under the impression that he was terraforming to give his people some place to stay, because that always seemed to be what the ultimate goal was. And then all of a sudden it turned into, oh no, we need to make him a butthurt lover,
right?
Because he gets rejected.
Yeah.
That one came out of left field, really, to me. The whole all of a sudden, it's like, okay, Noah and Matt or whoever, or Noah and Lauren, they find his weak spot, right? So now all of a sudden they've got to make her useful,
right,
or important. So now all of a sudden Samuel's building this home for them,
right? Yeah.
And
it's just shitty writing rearing its head again.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of the Carney gang, they go outside the area and they see this nice lush green thing and they see one cottage and they're like, what the? And then they're not like, hey, what the fuck? Where's my cottage?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I still have to live in a trailer, that apparently it's dusty wherever we go.
Right.
Because we travel with hay and everything all at once. And nobody bats an eye when a carnival just like materializes in Central Park.
No, why would you? That happens all the time, right?
Yeah, all the time. In fact, just the other day, there was one that just poof out of nowhere, playing the sweetest music. I heard everybody wanted to show up.
Yeah, I'm so glad that this season is over, that the series is over. It's been, I mean, trying to keep up with what's going on in the plot. The whole Darth Maul going to Noah to kill him, and then Noah capturing him, and then Noah trying to get him to his side, and then Darth Maul's like, no, you're bad, and then going back to Samuel. What the fuck was all that? And Samuel just, hey, you're cool now. I know back. I told everybody that you killed Joseph, but fuck that. They've probably forgotten about that by now.
Yeah, and I know I tried to hit you with a rock, but you know what? We're buds now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was messed up. I was not a big. I was like, okay, they just needed to bring him back for some reason.
Yeah,
I guess
I don't know.
They needed somebody to feel mad and upset about the fact that Naked Girl died.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember or think about what he did that would have affected the plot at the end. So
nothing.
He snuck up on Noah as Noah was heading towards Samuel, and then joined forces with Noah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did he do?
Nothing. He didn't even use his super speed to get people out of there.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, I'm on your side now.
Everybody just walk out,
Yeah, okay, I'm on your side now. All right, well, what the fuck was the whole point of that entire scene? What was the point of that in character? I mean, I understood at the beginning because he was the one that attacked Noah and got the compass back from him, and he was the one that, Samuel pinned the murder of Joseph on. He's the scapegoat. He got cast out, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I can even see, the character trying to come back for some sort of revenge against Lydia. I think that's her name. I can't remember.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds better than Naked Girl. Well, I mean, it doesn't sound better, but it sounds more accurate.
Yeah. And so, maybe trying to help get some revenge on Samuel for that, or trying to convince his family to, trying to be some sort of catalyst to turn the tide of the family against Samuel in some way. But no, they didn't use him like that. He was there to fucking chew time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get that. He was fine at the beginning. He wasn't great he wasn't well utilized at the end, other than somebody having an emotional stake in the fact that she died and was the only one that kind of sort of knew the truth or believed what she had said about the truth. So yeah.
And for the millionth time, we've seen Claire how many times now get pissed at her father, forget her father, get pissed at her father, forgive her father, just over some stupid penny ante shit.
Well, teenage drama.
Yeah. Yeah, that got annoying real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the whole, and I wasn't sure about the Gretchen thing. Like, I guess, like, he was gonna, Haitian her?
Well, yeah, he was gonna Haitian her if she didn't help.
Oh, that's right. And then
if she didn't help try to change Claire's mind about the carnival, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And then they were going to, they had to head to Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
I think the whole Siler redemption arc was a little rushed.
Okay, yeah. So, and I had that. The last 3-4 episodes felt very rushed. It reminded me a lot of season 1, where they were trying to hurry up and get everybody together.
Right.
But in this one, it seemed even more so. Because you had some people that were so far out in left field.
Right.
You had Hero just, for all intents and purposes, he was done because he was batshit crazy. But you had things like that where it's like, okay, he's doing his own thing, he's done. Oh wait, now all of a sudden he's back and he's teleporting everybody,
right?
Because they got into a kumbaya circle.
Because all he needed was a little red electricity to
just unscramble
his brain.
He just needed some Ando juice.
Yeah.
And
Ando was ready to send the juice.
Yes. So it was rushed. It went way too fast. And I understand it was a condensed season, but still, some of that stuff we could have spent less time with Samuel wandering around being a dumbass, or
Right.
not, but yeah, we didn't need some of
Or
that.
Peter fawning over what's her face,
stuff. Emma, and or we need or less episodes of Peter trying to. How many different ways can Peter try to save people yet still be unhappy with the fact that he's trying to save people and doesn't have the right power to do it? you
right?
know?
Or we could have wrapped up the whole Siler Nathan thing like 2 or 3 episodes earlier.
Yeah, a lot quicker. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I will say though that I did like the Siler Mind Prison sequence.
Yeah, I did
thought
actually like
was-
that too.
I thought that was very well done.
It was a creative way to give him and Peter the time that they needed to get over
Each
their
other.
shit. Yeah.
Right. So I really liked that. Now,
I
granted,
mean, it was cheating in a lot at least somewhat creative.
Granted, it was time travel, so more or less, but still. But yeah, the fact that it reminded me of Inception, which hadn't been a thing yet. But you go deep enough, and minutes become days, and blah blah blah. Right. So it reminded me of that, but it was a creative way, which we hadn't seen. We hadn't seen.
Yeah, it was something new.
Creativity.
It was something new that we hadn't seen in 3 seasons, because they had shown us so many damn things that they had recycled from previous seasons that,
right.
Yeah, any kind of new thing was novel. We're like, whoa,
Right.
what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, but I thought that was an interesting way to solve Siler's desire to be good. He wanted his powers taken away, right? Because he had decided that he was bad because of his powers. But Matt couldn't take his powers away, so he inadvertently made Siler learn how to be good.
Right.
By thinking about it for a few years or 30 minutes.
You're grounded.
Yeah.
For 12 years. It should have been 12 years. If they were gone for a half a day, that's like 12 hours.
Right.
And when Peter first got there, he says, I've been here for 3 years. And he was like, no, you've been here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So if it's an hour a year,
yeah,
it wasn't 5 years. It was like 12 years.
Yeah. If it was truly half a day,
Well, he looked down at his watch, said half a day.
Yeah, about half a day. Yeah. Yeah, that was just, yeah. I liked that. I was like, okay, that was cool. I forgot about that. Part of the episode, but I was like, okay, all right, I like it. I can get on board with that. I'll keep watching him now, type of deal. It's not, oh, he just decided to be good out of nowhere. It's like, no, he actually went through some mental shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when Siler had his confrontation with Samuel,
Mm-hmm.
do you buy any of that?
Which confrontation are we talking about?
The confrontation where Samuel does the little dirt whirlwind and kills him.
Oh, and tears him up.
Yeah.
No, I think that was more along the lines of, I think Siler let Samuel quote unquote win, because that was kind of what ended up being the turning point in terms of him figuring out that, he was tired of being the way he was. I guess you could chalk that up to, having Nathan in his head for long enough that maybe some of that shit rubbed off. Potentially, because I mean,
Well, I thought he had his turning point whenever he, had sex with Lydia and then took her power.
Well, and that might have been part of it, because he never really was killing after that. But and that might have been when it happened, and the fact that he picked up that empathy and that kind of deal. But I also kind of think some of it is also maybe Nathan influence in terms of, because that stuff didn't just get erased out of his head, right? I mean, he still remembers all of that happened. So there's got to be some sort of residuals from that, right? And so that's kind of changed him a bit.
Yeah.
So I kind of pointed it towards that. I didn't really think about the Lydia thing, but I could see how that could be a thing because, her power was to show desire or, to show him what you desired or whatever.
Right.
And he did that via empathy. So, maybe a little bit of that, a little bit of Nathan, maybe it fixed that, desire to see how things work or that hunger that he called it.
Right.
Know? I don't know. Good question. I don't have the right answer. Do you?
No, I don't. I mean, I didn't buy that Samuel would have overtaken him as easily as he did.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily buy that. I think that was Siler choosing to be overtaken. Whether and I shouldn't say, but whether it be conscious or subconsciously, I think it was Siler gave up, more or less said, okay, you won this. I don't have the desire to kill you and I don't know why. It's kind of pissing me off. I need to figure this out.
Yeah.
Type of deal. Because I think at that point in time, he was very much conflicted in terms of, why am I not killing you?
Right.
This I normally do. I normally have no problems doing this. Why all of a sudden do I need to take a blue pill? I'm not performing like I used to.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the final scenes that annoyed me to no end was that whole push, pull, tug of war bullshit between Peter and Samuel.
Yeah. Yeah, that was there was nothing there was nothing there. That was just dumb. And then I've got I wrote this down when I was watching because I was like, what the hell? Like, okay, so he goes from like all powerful, I can shake the world more or less type of deal to absolutely nothing.
Right.
When there's like nobody around.
Yeah. I mean, there were still like 5 or 6,
right. I mean,
specials around.
Peter was right there.
Yeah.
Plus,
it was Peter, Siler, Claire.
Yeah. Claire. Emma was still around somewhere.
Hero was still kind of there until he teleported all the civilians out.
Yeah, I mean,
Emma was still there. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Knife Dude was still there.
Knife Dude was there. Yeah. So it's kind of like what you have powers, but only when there's people around.
Right.
We've never seen that happen. Okay, great. We have a new idea. People get, some of them get more powerful from whatever aura people have or whatever. Okay, fine. Frequencies. Okay, great. However you want to science jargon it, the explanation, that's fine. But I don't believe that you have zero power when there's nobody around or very few around. You've got to have something, maybe not moving Earth or something, but you would think, hey, I can do a dust storm.
Yeah.
And rip you to shreds or something like that, or, start shooting rocks.
Right.
know. But no. He became
Impotent.
ordinary, impotent, ordinary.
Rob
Yeah.
like.
Very much so. So yeah, I just that was just kind of like, okay, whatever. It reminded me of like, what was it, killing Siler? Just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
glad they didn't
we got
kill
rid of him.
Siler, quote unquote, again.
Yeah, he's something different. So it's interesting, and that would have been interesting to see him. I think in the next season be good, so to speak.
Good
Yeah,
Siler.
I don't know what the hell they'd be doing, but in the 5th season, well, obviously,
Well, I mean, he'd be Peter from the
Dealing-
first season, right?
yeah, I guess, and dealing with the world knowing.
He's basically got Peter's power, and now he's a good guy. So
Yeah.
he'd be Peter
Well,
from the
that's-
first season.
That's true because he can absorb empathetically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Full circle.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts?
I'm looking forward to next week when we start Heroes Reborn.
No, we are not
Oh.
doing Heroes Reborn.
Oh, okay. Well then, I'm glad we're done. This was undertaking, but if I'm being honest, overall, I'm okay with it. Yeah, it wasn't great. I'm okay with it.
I mean, there's worse series out there, sure.
Yes,
But
yeah,
I would have liked to have watched something else.
Yeah. There was moments, but I don't want to. I'm not going to ever watch it again.
Oh no. I'll never watch it again.
No. But,
All right.
you know,
Well, you got any awards?
I also have a haiku.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn it, I was hoping you'd forgot. All right.
No.
Give us your haiku.
And this one's good.
Are you sure? You keep saying that.
Oh, no. This one's my best one yet. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
This one is titled Season 5 Teaser.
God damn it.
It's a brave new world.
That's it.
Oh, you wanted more?
That's not a haiku.
Well, but it's my Season 5 teaser. I figured if the series can do a to be continued, I'll do a to be continued. I'm going to half-ass it if they're going to half-ass their series finale. Yeah, that's it. I'll let you figure out the rest of the haiku. Leave it up to the imagination.
All right.
Yeah.
You got any awards?
I have a few. I don't have many.
Okay. Who's got your black lung?
Dot Coddle, because I didn't see a single person smoking or on fire.
Yeah,
There was nobody. Second week in a row.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody either. I'll go with Dot Coddle as well.
Yeah.
All right. What about Headlush?
Again, we didn't. Mama Petrelli was surprisingly sober this 6.
Somebody was drinking.
No. Maybe okay. So maybe Lauren and Noah when they were doing their whole investigation stuff at the house, maybe, but I don't recall seeing anything other than.
Oh no! I know who's going to get mine. Yeah.
Okay, go.
So Noah and what's his face from the company during the flashback were drinking in the restaurant that they were sitting at.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about the flashback. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Purple Hippo.
Skipping over player. All
no,
right.
player. Yeah. Sorry.
You know,
it's
if you
been a
write
few
these,
weeks.
if you'd write these things down in order.
Shut up.
You know,
who's got your player?
Make some notes. I gave it to Samuel for putting the sweet moves on Vanessa because apparently he does this every so often, and she keeps falling for the same shtick.
Yeah, she does. She's kind of resistant at first, and then she's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must shoot rainbows.
He's quite the charmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give mine to Samuel as well. So
right.
Samuel gets mine for the same reason. All right, who's got your purple hippo?
I gave this one to Hero for his mind trial.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured there was two, but I went with Hero and his mind trial, his self-imposed court ordered death wish or something. I don't know what it was. Like, because at one point he started like samurai fighting, right?
Right.
So sword fighting. So
yeah, that was just a really weird sequence.
Yeah, it was fun to have old characters back. Right?
Sure,
it was kind of fun.
That was kind of fun, and it was somewhat interesting. I mean the thing that they did with Charlie, I saw a mile away.
Oh yeah, like them showing up, her showing up at some point.
Yeah, and her showing up old, and then her refusing for him to go back and save her because she's got a life. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's Peggy Carter and Captain Marvel all over again.
Right. So,
except this happened first.
I mean, yeah. Technically, I guess it would have. Yeah. All right. So my purple hippo is going to go to Siler for getting trapped in his own mind for what seemed like 12 years.
Yeah, that was my other one. Was the Siler prison, but
yeah,
Heroes was a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah,
and truly a mind trip. The other one was just Matt playing Mind God.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So that ends the series for Heroes. Thank God. No. Absolutely. Thank God.
So this was Satis.
This was Satis. Yeah.
This is yours. So I guess next week is me, isn't it?
Next week is going to be you. Yeah.
We never told him what I was doing.
That's true. What are we doing on Satic?
We're going to watch a movie.
No way.
Yeah, dude. And it's going to be superhero. Well, not really superhero, comic book related. Comic book probably would be a more accurate description.
I mean, you could say that. Yeah, you could say that he's a superhero. He's got powers.
All right. You want me to just say it, or should I read it out for those that like to play the game?
Well, yeah, you got to read it out, but you're also going to be reading out the other one too. So
I'm going to be reading out the other one?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I am. What did I choose? Oh, yeah, I remember what I chose. All right. So we did a little behind the scenes. We did a truly random pick last week when we were recording for my show for Satic. So we did it behind the scenes. But next week we will be reviewing the movie where a supernatural exorcist and demonologist, John Constantine, it just gave it away, helps a policewoman prove her sister's death was not a suicide but something more. It is 2005's Constantine. Technically, it says there is no superhero in here. It says action, fantasy, horror, but it's in that same comic book vein. So I'm going with it.
Wait, Constantine, is that on IMDb?
It is on IMDb as action, fantasy, horror.
Let's see what Wikipedia has to say about that.
Yeah, what does Wikipedia Hold of All Knowledge say?
Superhero horror film.
Okay, perfect. And I kind of considered it superhero because, he was in, Legends of Tomorrow, CW series.
Yeah.
A bunch of heroes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Constantine is a DC superhero.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing that one next week.
And I like this movie, so.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's going to do it for today, our intro and outro. Oh, wait,
this is your show. No, this is my show. All right, so the next couple of episodes are going to be host choice. Rob is going to be the first pick on host choice. So what did you pick for host choice, Rob?
All right, so it was tough, but I figured that this might be kind of fun. This movie is in a future. So there's some of that science fiction in there. In a future where a special police unit is able to arrest murderers before they commit their crimes, an officer from that unit is himself accused of a future murder.
Well, you going to tell us what it is?
Oh, I thought you were going to try to guess, even though you know what it is. It is 2002's Minority Report.
Yes. So actually, we've got a couple good movies coming up because I like Minority Report as well.
Yeah. Well, we got to do some good stuff after the
oh my God, yeah,
slog fest that we went through this.
This was a rough summer.
Dude, this was more than a summer for us.
We've been working on this for 4 months now?
It's been since I think we started in March.
Oh, so it'd be like close to 5 months now.
Yeah. Started in March. Now, we were doing other stuff in between, but we started in March.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right.
Oh man. Never again. Never again.
Never again.
Yeah. I mean, we can do some series, but maybe like a season at a time or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we are going to do a series because Boys will be coming out.
The boys will be coming out here pretty soon.
And
that's actually been delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, but at some point it'll come out.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's been delayed only because they haven't been able to finish filming.
Right.
Not because they're not going to do it.
Yeah, the writers' strike and now SAG strike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right.
We're going to have a dry season coming up soon.
All right. Well, that's got it for this week. Our intro and outro music is Welcome Home by Cambo. Pod Crawl music is Snack Mix by Machette. If you like the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel at smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Discord, or you can email us at smokinganddrinkinginspace@outlook.com. If you'd like to throw a few nickels our way, you can become a Patreon supporter by going to smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Patreon. And make sure to visit Gonna Geek for more great shows and other great works at GonnaGeek.com. For this week, I'm Jason.
I am Claire Bennett. And this was attempt number 736.
Is that how many?
I don't know, but might as well.
She said she lost count.
She did. I was counting for her.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
737 is when she dies from childbirth. Spoiler.
All right, well, that's got it for this week. Our intro and outro music is Welcome Home by Cambo. Pod Crawl music is Snacks Mix by Machette. I can't talk today. If you'd like the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel at smokinganddrinkingspace.com/Discord, or you can email us at smokinganddrinkinginspace@outlook.com. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, you can go to
Patreon.com.
Let me just try that entire thing all over again.
Wow. Do you have like gas or something? Are you over there burping?
I don't know, man. I don't know.